Hello, everybody. My name is Small Sarah Big Soul, or just Sarah, and I am here with the Life Theories crew for another episode of the Life Theories Chat, getting in touch with you guys about all things spiritual and chatting with you about the ways of the universe and our journey on this planet and some of the things that have intrigued us. We've got Diana from Trailblazers of the Universe joining us, and Jay from Journey of a White Feather. And we are here having a chat with all y'all about intuition and using our intuition, getting in touch with our intuition, and how to use our intuition to know when it's time to step away or change something in our lives. And Jay was also wanting to incorporate that a little bit in things he's noticing about shifts in people around him and the people he has to deal with on a regular basis. And I know that's probably something we're all going through a lot of lately. So let's get into it and have our little chat.
Yeah, just to start off with it, it's been a bit of a week with regards to revelations, I guess. I think the revelations of... I think Victor was saying on one of his videos, there's going to be a lot of revelations about where you're going in life and a lot of lessons that we've been learning. I mean, that's a common one, but revelation for me was just looking at where I actually want to go in life. And I think it was on the Wednesday or Thursday, I've just gone, look, it's not working. It's not working, but there's more opportunity to stay, instead of being stuck in the rat race, back yourself in and build yourself up to a point, because everything's falling into place for me. It's really weird. Things are happening very consequentially, I guess, in ways, a lot of opportunities and stuff, but also a lot of messages to say that this is where you should be. It's what you should be doing. And then a lot of these little previews have come up and said, here's a preview of the feeling you could have every single day. So, yeah, that's a really big thing. What about you guys?
How about you, Diana?
I think last week, I think we're getting towards the end of Mercury retrograde. I was a little bit more triggered by more things last week and even some of this week, but I'm starting to kind of realize what is worth my reaction, what's not. And a lot of this stuff, like we talk about tests from the universe, right? We talk about this again and again. It's some things are still like coming up, like, are you done with this yet? Or are you gonna react? Are you gonna react to this? Are you ready to move on? I think it's more like, hey, here's this. Okay, and I'm like, oh wait, I'm actually not reacting. There's some things that I usually react to, and I don't really care anymore. I'm kind of like, I'm at the point, I'm like, whatever. Cool. I was like, I can see why I reacted that way, but I'm like, this isn't really serving me, and it's kind of old. I'm a different person now, so I'm kind of stepping into kind of the new version, like we've been saying. It takes repetition. I'm not saying I'm never going to get triggered by certain things, but certain things that used to bother me, I kind of like, whatever. I got other things, more bigger things I'm moving towards and worrying about. A lot of this stuff is just kind of the old energy from like some stagnant energy that's still there, maybe a tad bit, but it's almost gone, and the old me is pretty much dead, right? But there's still little things that it's coming up like, oh, what about this? What about this? Done. Cool. What about this? Cool. It happened. I reacted. Yes, I used to get this reaction, but I'm done reacting to it. That's wrong.
That's awesome.
We actually got this channel that this inner channeling that we've got these great things happening in our lives, and why can't we enjoy them? Why can't we, like our Life Theories chat, we get up, we're excited about it. You know what I mean? It excites me. Yeah. Why can't we, we're going to have that and take that feeling into our real life. So it's coming. So basically went to this gig on Friday night, and out of nowhere, I got approached to join another band out of nowhere because of the energy that I'm putting into this wasp band that I'm doing. It's really weird how people pick up your energy. We were having a chat. This guy was, I don't know him from a bloody bar of soap, to be perfectly honest. I know he's in the Billy. You heard of Billy Idol?
Yeah.
You know Billy Idol? Yeah. So
I've seen him 4 times. Love Billy Idol. Well, now a friend of mine is actually in the Australian Billy Idol show. So basically, he's just having a chat about an opportunity that might come up with something that he's doing, and he was complimenting me on the energy I'm putting into
the Wasp band and how I'm getting it up and everyone's talking about it. I go, I don't know if anyone's talking about it. I've got that bloody idea. But it's great and see what Diana's doing on channel. All you see is Trailblaze the Universe, but it's the energy she's putting into it. The stuff you're doing, Sarah, and you're sending out, the energy we're putting into stuff, we're creating our own, we're really creating. But I think the other thing is we really see through people's bullshit. Yeah. And people just go, their vibration is like, you're at that vibration that's on.
Can't touch this, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then you just go, I can't handle you. I mean, it sounds really bad. You're on your own journey, but I just don't want to be around it anymore. Sorry, Sarah, I'll let you go. Sorry to cut you off.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Like, just going down the rabbit hole of conversation. It's awesome. But that's great about the band and like the opportunities and like what Diana was saying about the opportunities, just like for her to be in a place like, or for you to be in a place to have that put right in front of you where the option of reacting the way that you used to is totally there. But instead you're just looking at the situation like, why would I react to that? And like realize and like just kind of falling into the realization of like, I've moved beyond that old part of me now and I don't need that anymore. And I don't need to put my energy into these things. And like, I feel like with this retrograde for you, especially Diana, based on what you said, it's like everything that gets brought up during a retrograde, generally speaking, it's being brought up and like you have problems with technology, you have problems with communication because those are things you need to work on. And
that's right.
The things that you used to need work on, you clearly don't anymore. And this retrograde is showing you all of that and being like, you're done with this. You're done with this. You're at the end of this cycle. And that's huge. That's absolutely amazing. And then with you during this retrograde, Jay, you're getting all these opportunities being like, you're the guy that everyone's looking at because you're putting the energy in. You've got that frequency, that high vibe frequency that draws high vibe frequency back, right?
But have a look at us. I have to thank you guys. This has been, I have to thank you guys as well because I've been being in with great people like us, great people like you two and bloody Batman, wherever the hell he is. Come on, Batman, we want you back. Mate, this is awesome. It's great. I get off these chats and it's fantastic. And then I hope people feel the vibe that the three of us have got and the four of us when we get together. What about you, Sarah? What are you feeling? Go on, we've blabbed. What about yourself? How are you going with everything?
I've been doing pretty good. I've just been taking a lot of time this retrograde to go through all of the work that I've needed to do and give myself space and time to heal and just be okay with where I am in life because it kind of feels like I could be doing better sometimes, especially financially. And I've got this, I have a couple of businesses that are sort of like just looming that I started that haven't really been able to like pick up, that I'm like trying to figure out if I like put more love into them to try to make it work again or if I just totally close it off. So I've been just taking a lot of time to like really see where I'm sitting with myself, just like what you were saying, and just like checking in with what's going on with me and where I'm at with life. I've also been downsizing quite a bit and getting rid of a bunch of stuff from my past that I just no longer need. And in doing that, I feel like it's opened up my intuition tenfold. Like the more stuff I get rid of from my past that is heavy and weighing me down and has a lot of connection to how my life used to be, the more I get rid of that stuff and the more I separate myself from that stuff, the more my intuition is opening up.
I just also think because the veil is thinning right now, and I think all of our senses, gifts are being more intense, right? Even me, like downloads I get and stuff, I got them before, but now I get them. And before I was a little bit confused on, like, sometimes I said I'm not sure if it's like my monkey mind, right, or the intuition, but it's more of like the calm. It's not the sense of urgency. It's not all that it's more of like a nudge. So I'm learning to trust them more. And I kind of just, like I said, I don't really listen to I hate to say it, but I don't listen to my brain anymore. My brain has been programmed so much, and I don't always listen to that crazy voice because I realize all that shit is from like parents, from school, from from our whole life, from the media. Like I'm like, that shit's not even mine. Because sometimes I hear that, I'm like, is that a download? I was like, no, that's not a download. That's my programming. Now I'm able to differentiate. Before, I was really confused, right? I'm like, but it's the energy behind it. I can tell. I notice a difference now. And just even thinking about things and they come up, like, this is happening. The manifestation is, like, thoughts are like, I can't tell you how many times recently I've thought about somebody and then they call me. Before I had that a little bit, but now it's like even more, or like a thought I think, someone saying like something like that I was already, it's like, it's getting weird. It's almost like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, that has happened, but everybody happens, right? But this has been like a lot more. Like, I'm scared to think certain things because I don't want certain things to manifest. I'm not saying I'm trying to control my thoughts, but I'm not trying to put too much energy on something I don't want at this particular moment. And the veil's thin, like, it's everything's happening, like, it's weird. I mean, it's really not so weird, not even a coincidence. It's just, shit's manifesting as you raise in frequency in the dimension, right? The 5D shit is like, it's things are happening faster. So, but on a good note, because it's going faster, if you just can align your energy state and your thoughts, your beliefs and everything towards what you want, you can manifest what you want pretty quick. So I'm trying to flip this the other way. Instead of being worried about manifesting what I don't want, I'm like, all right, let me just focus on what I want. If you don't have much resistance to it, which my resistance is kind of out the window because, I don't know, I've kind of changed my attitude the past. I've been able to calm down a little bit more than I used to. I've like kind of just chilled out. Well, I mean, usually I have a lot of energy. I'm not saying I don't, but my head, I'm able to like not get so in my head anymore. I'm kind of just able to sit back. I kind of can see what's going on. Like, oh, I see. My head just trying to go off. Let it go off, and then, are you done yet? And then let me move forward. Yeah.
Do you think like we've been, I think the big one we used to say is we've been programmed the way we want to, we've been programmed where it's like this battle between He-Man and Skeletor, let's be honest. It's, wouldn't say good and evil or anything like that, but you're exactly right. I think that we're really channeling in on this new, on our, I shouldn't say new, but this uncovered us. We're really channeling in on that, and as I said, the photo that you put up the other day with the two souls splitting and the one walking where we're going to walk now, and this other old thing going, don't leave me alone, don't leave me.
I forgot which one. I posted so many, dude. I already have so many memes on this new phone. This new phone already is full, so that's what I do.
It's pretty much one where I think there's a soul going walking away and the old one's trying to hang on, I think, and I resonated with, right, that's my old going through, and then you get put into these situations to remember, whether it be relationship, whether it be person, whether it be a situation, that's your old. How are you going to react to it now being in the way you are? And I think, like there's a lot of, you just got to, as you said, instead of overthinking it, you got to feel what you feel in your heart and in your gut, and then transfer that to the modern day where obviously you can't just go out and, whatever you need to do in this world, you've got to sort of, not strategically, but just sort of take those steps to get it done within the world that we're doing. Yeah.
It's like you sort of still have to navigate real life, right? You can't just drop everything and do what you want to do. Like, there's responsibilities involved and, people relying on you and stuff like that, right? So it's hard to just get up and do everything your gut says without there being some sort of resistance there, right? Whether it be outside resistance, but it's just navigating that and doing what's best in your heart and following your intuition, knowing what's right, navigating through navigating through everything so that you can actually step into your highest self.
And even from a young age, you have a look back at where you are right now, and you go back to when you were a child and where you were as a child, and those, I think you get a feel for where you're going to be as a person if you actually follow your dream, if you get where I'm going, or do the work as we're supposed to, and stick to your guns with regards to where you are and where you want to be in life, I mean, we get taken off course, but there's all the lessons and stuff. That's fine. But I think I look back now, I haven't really changed it. I'm bringing back my inner child, the good stuff, as I was talking about last week, is all coming back. And all my mates is, you're a born entertainer. You should be on stage. It's simple as that. And entertainer mean out in front of teaching kids to sport. For me, that's entertainment. Playing music, getting on doing interviews and all those kind of things, which we do for the band and stuff. I lead all those. And they said you lead them because you know what the bloody hell you're doing.
Yeah.
What about you guys? I reckon we're all in the same boat. I reckon especially Diana's coming into her own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to be like an entrepreneur. I've always been interested. You know, I did like a business major at college and stuff. I always want to do my own thing, and I see myself independent. I just wasn't all quite. I had some things I had to work through, but I think I'm getting closer to getting. You know, I mean, YouTube's just one avenue, and I don't even want to put all my eggs in one basket because even that takes time to get sustainable.
That's right.
To even be able to, you know, just support off that. But I know other opportunities. I'm trying to expand. I'm trying to keep my mind open to like. There's a lot of different ways I could go, and you know, I'm also interested in writing, and I've always like writing. So I mean, I have so many different things, but I'm trying not to try and just right now. Look, I do have to have some kind of income, right? So I have my job, and then I have my YouTube. So I kind of just keep my energy split between those two for now. But as things come up in alignment, like I think I'll just know intuitively. I'm not trying to force things. I do want to do other things. I'm kind of just trying to see what's out there, and I feel like things are manifesting quicker. I'm not really in a rush. I don't have the sense of urgency like before. I was like, oh, I need to figure out now, man. Just kind of let it surprise, like just kind of just flow with it, like enjoy the process. Even where we're at now, what we're doing with our YouTube stuff. Okay, sometimes we wish we were bigger. Of course, everyone does. When is it ever going to be enough followers, subscribers? It's never going to, because even when you get to a certain point, right? Even Aaron Dowdy said that, right? Even when he was at 100,000, he won $1 million. You know what I mean? So, like, you just have to kind of enjoy the process. And what we have is cool. We're growing. We have a good thing going on. And sometimes I do look at the numbers, like, you know, I'm like, oh, I should be more. But that's all the programming, man. That's what I'm talking about. That voice that's like, oh, you should have more subscribers. Your watch time should be more. I don't even care about that, to be honest. So that's, once again, where I got to tell my head, nah, I'm following my heart. I'm inspiring people. I'm helping people, even if it's one person at a time. Whatever, and whoever's meant to see it sees it, right? I'm having more of that. I'm just getting out of that ego. It's that programming, man. You gotta tune that shit out. But I just see what it is. It's that voice that always wants, and that was the addiction voice too. That's the same voice that was an addict too. More. I never hit the high, right? It's always more.
Always chasing.
And it's the same with shopping for me. Now, for me, it manifests and I want to shop and buy more stuff. Food even, you know what I mean? So it just, I can see, I see it, I'm aware of it. I'm like, oh, wow, yeah. You can see how I got to that point.
I'll ask you a question. Why can't we, those feelings when we were in those stages of our lives, why can't that addiction feeling have, now I think you're transferring that addiction feeling into this great life you're leading now. I think we're all doing it. I think we're in the revelation of everything that's coming through. I think we've gone through from about mid-March, I reckon mid-March till probably the start of May, thereabouts. It's always been that transformation. As you said, we went through that blood moon, which the veil was low. We had that moon in March as well, where, as you said, the veil is really low between the two worlds, if we put it that way. And
the dreams are even wilder, yeah. But there's symbolism in all of it. There's a reason for all of it, and if you can extract the lesson, you win at life, or you win at not life, but you win at the whatever is going on.
Yeah.
It's just it's been great, and I think I look forward to that. When I did have that revelation about, you know, you got to get out of the rat race. You really do. Having those feelings and having those, you know, here's a clue for you. Here's a clue. How do you feel? I'm going to give you this opportunity. And I didn't have to take the opportunity, but I know when, you know, I get that feeling when that past feeling, I can't be bothered. But then you sort of go, you do it anyway. You go and do it. You bite that, you break that pattern and go and do it. And you go, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Here we are.
It's about letting your intuition do its thing and following that and being like, you know what, my mind feels uncomfortable with, but my gut says yes, and it was presented to me, so I'm just going to go and do it. And look at all the stuff that's been happening for you just because you've been listening to that intuitive voice, right? And same, like, you're listening to the downloads, you're listening to that intuitive feeling, so it makes you it definitely makes you more open to receiving from the universe and receiving those opportunities and, you know, seeing what's actually there in front of you and how good things can be. But The more you block yourself off from that, be like, no, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to do that. You're actually teaching yourself that you don't trust yourself and nothing is good because you're not allowing yourself any opportunity. You're not allowing yourself that growth. So it's good. And then that creates more negative programming.
Yeah, I would
too,
advise.
so you can actually negatively program yourself by not listening to your own intuition.
I think we're all going into where we're supposed to be. I think it's like that dream when you're a child. You go, I wish I was the king of the mountain. I wish I was here. I wish I was there. And I think we are living that, bringing that inner child out. That we always say, oh, work on your inner child and fix it. Why don't we look at working on our inner child and listen to that freedom that they had, that freedom, work on that freedom that we had and that love that we had of sitting in your room and just living that dream of, you're in your own world. You're in that world that makes you absolutely happy, whether it's, listening to records or, playing with your Barbie dolls or whatever it may. It doesn't matter. You're being creative and just being fun and free in your mind. And I think if we can get that, is that we can get that, we can heal a lot of we've gone through the healing of the inner child, I think, and we always will. You always will. But why don't we look at the other way? As we said, there's two directions. Have a look at the positive things that happened when you were a kid. And even if you were by yourself and stuff, there was still that freedom. And you had that choice, those little freedoms, and you had that, where you could be.
One of the things I think about inner child work is rather than approaching it like we have to fix this, is we have to spend time with it. Because a lot of the time your inner child doesn't need to be fixed. They just want you to spend time with them because they didn't have that. Or, they were neglected in some way, or there was an area where, they didn't have that confidence or they didn't have that support. It's just going in there and spending time in that space where you're in a meditative state, connected to your inner child, asking them questions, ask them what they want to do today. Ask them from that space, how can I nurture you? How can I make you happy? And just do that one simple thing that your inner child asks and spend time with them in that way. And the more you do that, the more your self-confidence boosts up, the more your self-trust boosts up, the more you start to heal those wounds because your inner child actually feels heard and seen and not ignored anymore. And that's usually the part that quote unquote needs to be fixed, is the part that just wasn't seen. So going in there and spending time with them and just seeing them, asking them questions and then following through when you come out of your meditation, sometimes it's really fun. I love going in meditation and asking my inner child, what do you want me to do today? What can I do today to make you happy? And doing that thing sometimes is great fun. It's like, let's just take the cat outside and follow the cat around and see what happens. I've done that before just because my inner child was like, let's walk around with the cat outside. It was great fun. I got really cute little videos of the cat and spent really good time. And then we went back and I learned that my cat follows me and listens to me when I call him. So I was like, if I didn't go outside and do the thing that my inner child told me to do, I would have known that my cat was so smart. I would have had no idea. But so I got to enjoy that fun little moment with my pet and make my inner child happy. And I learned something about an animal that's in my life. So it was just doing those little things and doing the one simple thing that your inner child wants you to do sometimes can be really beneficial. And the more you do that, the better you feel in your adult life too, because you feel seen and heard.
Yeah, I agree with you. Can I just give a big shout out to everybody? Especially if you're following Diana, because she's more on social media on behalf of all of us. If you've got a question for us, or if you'd like to contribute in some way to Life Theories, we'd love to have your questions. We'd love to read out a question and then maybe we can answer it on our theory that what we've gone through. Because I guess the best way to learn from someone, which we've all learned from, is other people that have gone actually through it, and you get some guidance from them because they've actually walked the walk. So if you have any questions and anything like that you're going through that we can help you with, pretty much look at Trailblazer the University. She's always on social media.
And if you want to touch base with any of us, we can be found either Jay at WWHealth 2004 on Instagram, or Journey of a White Feather on YouTube. Do you have a Facebook as well, Jay?
Yeah, I got just go through Instagram and hooks up to Facebook, so it's pretty straightforward.
Right.
Well, that's pretty much Instagram works well with this one because of all the memes.
Sweet. Yeah, and obviously Diana, Trailblazers of the Universe, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all the good things, YouTube especially. And for me, I'm Small Sarah Big Soul. I can mostly be found on Instagram and TikTok. And if you have any questions for me or the rest of the gang, send any one of us a message. And want to say goodbye, everybody.
What about the Cortez? Wait.
Oh, Cortez! He's just not here.
Cortez, we haven't forgotten about you.
He's out of sight, out of mind. I still feel him. He's there. But yeah, we got Cortez. He's off on his seed retention journey, being like the manliest man out there right now, retaining all that seed. And he's found spiritual unity.
I'm on the same thing. I try. He goes, "You got to do it, brother." I go, "Yeah, all right."
Yeah. Isn't he on like day 100 and something at this point now?
Yeah,
like he's killing that seed retention game, man. Like he's crushing it.
And well, can we just do a big shout out to Mildred Agari in Nigeria, and obviously Joy, Joy Fanning, is it Diana? Is that right? Is that her name? Big shout out. They're one of our biggest supporters.
Both ladies are
beautiful
awesome.
people. Yeah. So Sarah's connected with Mildred. So big shout out to you guys. I know there's a lot more people watching than what we give credit for. So we'll try and shout a few people out every week.
I want to give one to my brother because he watches literally every single one of our and he's got
thank you, brother.
A lot of technical support. His name is Eric, so I'd like to give a shout out.
Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, he watches.
Thanks, Eric.
He gives us the watch time, man. He gives us good tips. Yeah.
And Eric, if you want,
twin flame, he can take a twin flame class from Sarah.
Yeah, if you got any weird questions, like don't feel shy. Like send me a message on Instagram.
He doesn't have
I'll
any
hook you up with some
media.
answers.
Yeah.
Oh well, just pass them through Diana. I will answer any question you have. Just let her know, and I will be happy to answer your questions. No problem. Thanks for that technical support.
Yeah.
The fifth Beatle could come across when we have our get together. I expect Eric there. He's the fifth Beatle.
Yeah.
He's behind the scenes working on the technical.
Yeah.
So thank you so much,
helping us get
techie. I'm looking forward to meeting you. Anyway, on that note, I want to go and smash some Wasp tunes out.